She said she needed to save another man. Everyone expected me to break, to beg, to fall apart. But months later, I was smiling, and she was standing outside my door, soaked in rain, shaking, realizing exactly what she'd thrown away. If you've ever been underestimated, if you've ever been treated like the safe option instead of the chosen one, hit like, subscribe, and stay with me. Because this story isn't about revenge. It's about what happens when someone mistakes your strength for something disposable. I still remember that Thursday evening with uncomfortable clarity, the kind you don't forget no matter how hard you try. The sky was foggy, the air sharp, my shoulders aching from another week of brutal overtime. Late nights, skipped lunches, extra deadlines I volunteered for. Not because my boss asked, because I had a plan. The biggest surprise of my life. I pulled into the driveway, headlights washing over our house. The porch light glowed warm through the fog. Normal. Too normal. That was the first warning. Inside, the silence hit me immediately. Not peaceful silence. The kind that presses against your ears. No TV murmuring. No laughter from the kitchen. No vanilla candles she always insisted on lighting, even when they gave me headaches. Just emptiness. I set my bag down, loosened my tie. She was standing by the window, perfectly still, staring at the neighbor's mailbox like it had answers. "Hey," I said gently. "Long day." She turned slowly, and that's when I knew. Her face wasn't tired. It wasn't irritated. It was prepared, arms folded tight across her chest, not defensive. Contained, like she was holding something fragile inside her, waiting to drop it. "I think," she swallowed, "I think we should separate." The words were soft. The impact was violent. It felt like someone kicked a steel door into my ribs. But I didn't react. I didn't raise my voice. Didn't beg. Didn't ask why. I just stood there, listening as she rolled through a speech she'd clearly are. "You have a good job," she insisted. "You're successful. You don't need me the way he does." That's when something inside me froze. Not shattered. Froze. Because in that moment, I understood. She wasn't choosing love. She wasn't chasing passion. She was choosing importance. She wanted to be needed, even if it meant abandoning someone who had never stopped choosing her. I felt the car keys in my pocket, the ones I planned to hand her the next morning, the electric car I'd worked months to afford. Suddenly, the whole thing felt like a cruel joke. "You've got this figured out," I said evenly. I wrote my attorney's number on a notepad, slid it across the counter. "Call him Monday." She stared at me like I'd slapped her. "That's it," she whispered. "You're not even going to fight for us." "You told me another man needs you more than your husband," I replied. "What exactly am I supposed to fight for?" I grabbed my keys. "When I get back," I said at the door, "if you're serious, be packed." Her voice cracked behind me. I didn't turn around. Not once. When I came back hours later, the house was altered. Not messy. Vacant. Half her closet empty. Drawers open. A rushed note on the counter. I didn't read it. I canceled the car pickup the next morning. "Life happens," I told the confused salesman. And strangely, I didn't collapse. I woke up alone and felt stillness instead of devastation. Brewed coffee the way I liked it. Sat at the kitchen table alone. When her text came, long and emotional, I deleted it without reading. Then my neighbor knocked. "She's been meeting a man at lunchtime," Mrs. Turner whispered. "For months. 2 months. While I worked overtime. While I planned surprises." That was the moment anger could have taken over. Instead, clarity did. The divorce was straightforward. Abandonment. No kids. No joint chaos. And something incredible happened once she was gone. My mind cleared. Work improved. Sleep returned. Silence became peaceful instead of loud. Then the sea. Instead, clarity did. The divorce was straightforward. Abandonment. No kids. No joint chaos. And something incredible happened once she was gone. My mind cleared. Work improved. Sleep returned. Silence became peaceful instead of loud. Then the call started. First regret. Then confusion. Then desperation. Jason wasn't grateful. Jason wasn't honest. Jason wasn't broke at all. By the time she called crying from a weekly motel off Highway 7, I felt nothing. "Can I come home?" she begged. "No." "Why?" she whispered. "Because you don't get to burn your house down," I said calmly, and asked to sleep in the ashes. I slept better than I had in months. Weeks later, the divorce finalized. I bought the car for myself. Midnight blue. Quiet. Powerful. A clean start. Then came the rain. A knock. Persistent. On my porch stood my ex. her family, and a lawyer. Soaked, shaking, hollowed out. We'd like to discuss reconciliation, the attorney said. I stepped outside into the rain. Cold water soaked my shirt. Perfect. You didn't come here because she loves me, I said. You came because she lost everything. She cried. Her mother pleaded. Ashley stared. And I realized something important. I didn't feel powerful. I felt free. No, I said. Close the door. And inside, wrapped in quiet, I finally understood. Peace doesn't come from being chosen. It comes from choosing yourself and meaning it. Some people don't leave because you failed them. They leave because you stopped being something they could control. And sometimes, losing someone isn't punishment. It's protection.